Hi, this is Sandra Colson. I'm a member of Church of the Ascension in London, Ontario, in Canada. And I'm here today with one of the members of our congregation, Audrey Bullerwell. And Audrey and I are just going to have a little conversation about faith and in our lives and also in this pandemic. So we're just going to get started with a couple of questions. And Audrey, maybe you can start by telling us when did you find a situation when you found that faith helped you through a tough situation in your life?
Well, I think there's many situations, but the one that really hit home was the death of my son. He passed away at 4, and that was very hard to come to grips with that. Having a 2-year-old at the time that kind of took over his brother's medical problems, and it was like in and out of the hospital in emergency, and it got to be so wearing. And finally I just figure I can't drag this around anymore, because I came very hateful to God. I thought, how can he do this to me when we've waited so long to have children? And it just didn't seem right. So I'd often heard said that Jesus said, drop your problems at the cross. And I thought, well, here you are. You got a load to contend with right now. And I did. And I started to be very positive. I did an awful lot of reading about people in similar situations and family support. And I just figured that no matter what happens, everything's going to be okay.
I've always known you as a very positive person. So this is really interesting to hear that you had to get to that point. You went through such a dark period in your life, and that's very touching, very poignant to hear that. Yeah. So your son now is he's grown and has family of his own, and I think that's unfortunately right. For you, he lives in another province. So, which kind of brings us to the pandemic and how your faith has perhaps helped you get through this, because I'm sure for you it's been tough to be separated from him and his wife and kids and all of that too. So
it's been very, very tough. And he said to me the other day about the vaccine, and so many people are negative about it. And he said, Mom, thanks to your generation, he said, with having vaccines for polio, diphtheria, smallpox, and he named a whole bunch of things. He said, you guys kind of wiped it out for our generation. So he said, I'm hoping that this is what this is going to do.
Yeah.
And I said, very positive. I said, this is what it's going to do. And when you start and think, people say, oh, God's going to look after me. My theory is sometimes God needs help. And I think God has sent us some of the best doctors, nurses, medical staff, people who are doing all this, looking into all the vaccinations and coming up with all of this. I think God is sending us help. And I think we just kind of got to get on the ball and accept the help that he's given us and work with it and do our best to try and put a stop to this. And maybe in another month or so, we'll get going, to talk to my son and to talk to my grandkids. It's alleviates a little bit of the problem.
Yeah. So is that one of the ways that your faith has helped you through this pandemic and helped you cope with the turmoil that we've been kind of going through?
Yes, I think that's a great thing, to be very positive about this and take a hold of what we got and just go along with it. Try to make everybody's life happier, safer, and do what we have to do.
Yeah. You've been telling me too that you've been making phone calls to people and trying to get a hold of folks and lifting their spirits as well. So
yes, I had a call from another one of our church members this week, and she said, oh, it's so nice to hear you. And I said, yes, I said, we kind of keep in touch and keep up, and several times I've called and they said, maybe this is the call I need. You're making me feel better already. So we both feel better. We
Good,
both feel better.
good. That's great, Audrey. Well, thanks for sharing that with us. And just to let the viewers know that we have others of these interviews coming up, and you can watch a small series of them over the next few days as well. Take care then. God bless.
Thank you, Sandra.
Bye-bye.
God bless. Bye.
No.